because I'm still the director, I'm still the driver. Moving on to the second last of the most important part of this meeting. Because we've been talking and we've been like selling ourselves. So now it's time for you guys to talk to us, to give birth to us. We want to benefit. This is a partnership. In partnership, you work, it's a two-way thing. So this is the time for questions. I'll call upon Zandile Jimmy to lead us, tell us the way forward of how these question things are going to be done. Thank you.
Good morning, guys. I believe that each and every one of you has a question or 2 questions or 5 questions. It's okay, we still have time. We can take your questions. So how we're going to do this thing is that if you have a question and you're not afraid to say it out loud, you just raise your hand and you say it. But maybe if you are afraid to say it, you can just write it down and then I will read that question of yours and then we will answer it, right? So we are ready now to take your questions. Yes, sir.
Okay. I actually have 3 questions that I have.
Yes.
The first question is on the motto. The motto says, leading from Africans' leadership perspective. One wonders when I read this motto, like I wonder what does it mean, like leading from an African perspective. And another question that I have, like what is currently happening, we know that like the idea that other people have about African leaders is actually a negative idea. So when you talk about leading from African perspective, how do you make sure that you don't like impose that kind of image people have about the African leadership style? How do you avoid that kind of confusion in terms of presenting it as a positive thing, like leading from an African perspective? And actually my question is, what does it mean to lead from the African perspective? The second question that I have is on the small medium enterprises in terms of how do you go about in terms of engaging with them? How do you select them? What criteria do you use in terms of selecting those small enterprises that you want to work with as a government? My last question is on the debating and public speaking. I believe that there is currently a society activity that deals with that. So are you as the government now creating your own debating society, or you want to work together with the one that is currently here at CBUT?
Thank you so much. We're just going to tackle those 2 questions right now and then we'll move to other questions. Mr. Frank.
Thank you very much, Mr. Asipe, for your very good questions. We'll take both of your questions, and Tawanda will elaborate on the second one too. Your first questions of how do we ensure that we take the cloud out of the people's head, which they have painted that when you are an African leader, you are a poor leader. And we are speaking about leading from the African leadership perspective. Well, you are right on that. The moment you speak about some African countries, especially when you speak about leading from Africa, people see as that this organization or this country will fail because they associate with what is happening in many African countries. However, since we are academics, we do really understand what was happening in Africa in those past years or where we came from. The current system that people are leading at the moment is not an African leadership. They are African leaders, but they have adopted a style that is not of Africa, a style that is a European style or a Western style. So they carry the color of Africa. However, the message that they are spreading or conveying is European or Western message. So our job is to go out and to sit with students, to sit with organization in a form of workshops or trainings and in focus groups, because this idea requires not to address it in a conference for people ready to understand what you want, because you have to start with a small group. The small group then will take the message forward. So, leading from African leadership perspective is where people have to be taught Ubuntu, or have to be taught how were African leaders leading in those past years. We all believe that we live as a collectivism society, but currently we are not living as such. We are now moving to individualism, which is not an African style. So when we speak of African leadership perspective, we are speaking on the ideal of a collective, not on an ideal of individualism. And that is what we plan to do. So if a person asks a question on that, you tell the person that we are looking at working on being collectivism, not individualism, and assuring that each person sees that yes, we are adopting the old style, not the current style, and we take the color of black while doing white out, so we become pure black. And your second question, I think, if I'm not wrong, is on how we will be able to ensure that we connect with organizations. What are the systems in place? Well, I think this one is one of the very good questions as well, and I mean, it's simple to answer in my understanding, but I don't know how you perceive it. One of the ways that we are going to be engaged with the company is via our website. We have already received calls and emails from companies that want to work with us. We didn't even know those companies, but they called us. I've received more than 3 calls from companies saying, Frank, I've visited your website. I think you've got something that is good that we would like to learn or to see how we can work together. So our marketing department, the job that they do in communication, will attract many companies to wanting to work with us. The second system is ourselves to identify companies that has got skills that we need and to approach those companies, sit, have a meeting with them and discuss where we can fit together for the same cause. Because it's not each and every company or each and every small business or each and every NPO that has got the same ideas as ours. Remember, we are leading from an African leadership perspective. So those are the company or the NPOs or small business that we are searching for. The company that has got the same idea as ours. Your last question?
I'll answer the last question. Since we are an academic organization, we learn from each other. We will be working hand in hand with the debating team, as there is a saying that says, you can alone, but together we conquer. So we are not going to separate or form our own group or anything. We are going to work together with the debating team. Thank you. Any question?
Thank you, Miss. My name is Toregan, I serve as Lawson. I'm a student here as well, entrepreneurship department. My question is kind of simple. I wish to know how many organizations that are doing the same service that you're doing and what makes you guys different. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toregan, for your question. I cannot say there are no organizations that are doing the same as us, but what makes us different? When we look at our organization, we are working directly with students, okay? Students are involved in everything that we're going to do. Students are the driving force of this organization, okay? It's not like a totalitarian organization whereby one person determines what's going to happen in this organization. But all of us, we are going to participate. We are going to put ideas onto the table. Whatever we put now is just what we have at the moment. okay? But we have the platform, okay? That is the platform we have even now, whereby even when you're asking questions, you put your idea, okay, guys, why don't we do this? Then if your idea is okay, we take it. You see, that's why we are different from any organization, because they endorse whatever they want to do. As we work with you guys, we link with companies. We try to, there's a saying that says an old association. We need all those people. You, when you start your company, they should look back where you came from, okay? You link with your company. You see what I'm trying to say? That's where you are unique from other organizations. Because you are going to make the change, not me.
Mr. Frank just wants to add something.
Well, I also wanted to add that the governance is not CPUT only organization, but is an inter-university organization. So one thing that makes us very unique and different to many structures or many organizations that are outside there is that we have got different hubs of knowledge. We have got a hub of knowledge at CPUT, we have got a hub of knowledge at UWC, we have got a hub of knowledge at UCT, we have got a hub of knowledge at Stellenbosch, then we have got a hub of knowledge in other provinces in Africa. So what we are limited here, students from UWC or Stellenbosch will bring their knowledge. In that course, the governance will always be made stronger than other universities, other structures or organizations, because they will be limited, and we will not be limited in terms of the skills that we get from different universities. Thank you.
My name is Lola Oki. I'm from the Bravo campus. For two questions. As the presentation was going on, I've kind of picked up that this is kind of like a structure in a way. So my question is, now that I'm here with my partner from the Bravo campus and we are interested in the concept, my question is, will there be other branches in other campuses as well? Or it's just a concept that needs to be established in this campus and be evaluated of its success before it can branch out to other campuses? And my second question is, when you guys spoke about the services that you'll be offering, I was interested in the engineering department. I want to know what kind of programs are you guys going to offer in terms of engineering in general. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Answering the first question, if we are going to expand to our other campuses, we have already started the campaign already, where in Bellevue, we have some representatives already in Bellevue. It's a matter of linking you to them in Bellevue. Actually, we are actually setting up a structure there. Issue listing its own management, its own structures and all kind of stuff. So we are coming there. Most probably, if we cannot, we are going to affiliate by next year. We should affiliate at Bellevue campus, UWC, and most probably UCT. We'll expand to Stellenbosch, but the definite Bellevue campus next year we are going to affiliate. But we are already represented and on the ground right now. Going to the second question. The second question, you want to get involved in the engineering faculty, in the engineering department. Okay, in the engineering department, as I said earlier on, we are going to form an engineering club. Okay, where because there's something that we don't learn everything here. Trust me, we learn little here. So in our club, we teach each other, we research. We actually teach what's happening in the world there. Okay, so once you have those, those ideas, once you are comfortable with, okay, I can design something. When somebody comes, okay, I need an amplifier. Can you design an amplifier? You are able to design the amplifier. We are also going to communities. We go to communities. Then we do a site analysis of their premises. Okay, then we recommend. Okay, we recommend, then if they want to hire us to do the job, because you now know how to do the job, you get what I'm saying? So we train ourselves, your idea and my idea together, we can make something that is so robust, you get what I'm saying? So the engineering club is coming, and you can bring in ideas you think we can do in the engineering department. We are not limiting ourselves to this. We are asking you as well, if you have any idea, please bring it forward so that we can actually move together.
Just to add on some that you left behind on the engineering club, we are also planning to be working with municipalities. So as we have got a research department or research club, they will be assessing the need of municipalities, because sales delivery cannot be left only to government. Then the engineering clubs, if there is a set that are needed in terms of electrical engineering, then the student will be the one going out there and do the work for the municipalities.
Please just give me an idea. My name is Asilva Samson, and I'm from the entrepreneurship department. Yeah, my question, I have more than 5 questions, and I will try to make it. The first question that I would like to ask you guys is, it seems as if the governors have a lot of offer, but in terms of the resources, I don't think, because you guys are speaking like politicians. You're speaking everywhere, you talk about this, we're going to offer this, we're going to offer that. I don't know whether you guys think about the resources that you have, whether you can deliver everything that you're saying. Because if I can have it for my business, they said tutoring, debating, sponsorship, loan, leadership, and so on and so forth. What makes you people different from the politicians? Because you're all trying to, when you speak, you just speak, continue, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. What are you guys doing now? That's the first question. The second question is, I goes to Toby. Toby mentioned about the catalyst. If I can go back, my memory about the catalyst. You said a catalyst, this organization is a catalyst of change. A catalyst speed up a reaction does not necessarily take part in that reaction. If my chemistry I can recall my chemistry in the primary school. So you guys are only speeding a reaction, but you are not involved in that in the action, the result. You are just speeding a reaction. I don't think speeding a reaction is the only way. You have to be involved as a catalyst. You can't use the word catalyst, just speeding a reaction. The third point that I would like to ask again is about, you guys have not telling me how unique you are. What is your USP? Because you guys are just generalizing everything. If I see someone who is coming, who is a governor, who is a member of the government, what do I see? What is the brand all about? You see? Then the third question that I would like to ask is, you guys been mentioning about leadership. Not all of us are born leaders or who can be groomed as leaders. There's something alternative that we need to talk about in our organization, not only grooming leaders. Because we can't say in Africa, leadership is the only challenge. There are many challenges that African people are facing today. It's not only because they don't have good leaders. I think we have to make sure that we change the mindset of our people. Even ourselves, we have to change our own mindset. And lastly, there's little being mentioned about entrepreneurship where I come from. You guys have been talking about looking for jobs and so on and so forth. So I think that from my own, from where I'm coming from, it will be said. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm not introduced. Let me introduce myself. I am the we agreed that I'm the counselor, not counselor. All right. This is quite interesting. I was not really impressed because I've been involved with the governance when it had 3 people throwing the idea, bouncing it off me, and we had countless meetings. And the governance, however, has grown. focus. All right? A vision has to be defined to know exactly where we are, where we want to go, and how we want to get there. And have it narrowed down to objectives that are smart, specific objectives that are measurable, where you can put metrics down and measure the objectives that are achievable. And most important is the R or the SMART, if you are quite familiar about that, realistic. Yes, and time bound and so on. So we have talked about a wide range of activities in our vision. It is quite important to cast your eyes beyond where the sight can reach. But the questions that he has raised are quite pertinent. They require a lot of thinking, but we must also appreciate the work that has already been done, especially reaching out to high schools and try to motivate and instill some sense that there is knowledge out there which can be, harnessed to improve personal lives, like you said life talk. I like that. But I would have liked the word vision to be defined just like the local chairperson defined catalyst, defined emerging as well. And you also said, Tawanda, that we have to change the way we are thinking. So let us focus on achievable, realistic objectives, which will be, within reach. What do I mean by that? With the resources that we have. The main resource that we have as university students is knowledge. We are here to gain knowledge. So whatever we have in terms of knowledge, let us impart that knowledge in a systematic and scientific way to our high school learners, to our communities, and so on and so on. As we go on holidays, as we mingle with other people that are not part of us here, let us show them that there is something that they can gain out of the knowledge and information we impart to them. So yeah, it's quite important. The questions that he has raised are very difficult to answer, but they are for planning purposes. As we move ahead as the governance, I like the 10 hour on a Saturday, on a sunny Saturday where everybody has, good plans of going to the beach and so on. I like the 10 hour on Saturday like this. So it's quite important to think and rethink and engage other brains like he has exhibited to us. Thank you. Yeah, this is what I say. Those that have questions will also ask.
Okay, Mr. Asoba, just to answer the question regarding entrepreneurship, as you saw when the services were being displayed there, we spoke about entrepreneurship. We spoke about you guys as inviting prominent business people to teach you how to start your business. That's entrepreneurship. It's involved in entrepreneurship. We are here to groom you, not only as leaders. No, but once you start running your business, you're a leader of that business. That's a fact. So entrepreneurship is also one of the pipelines. It's also on the pipelines. So we need you guys as well, as entrepreneurs, to come and share your ideas. We are not entrepreneurs, I'm not an entrepreneur, but you have the knowledge of entrepreneurship, but you can direct us. Okay guys, entrepreneurship, this is how it's done. That's why we say, we want you guys to be part of the governance so that we can move together. You see where we are lacking and you see where we are going. And if you look at those pictures, that's part of the evidence of what we are doing. That if you see some other pictures when you see our members were speaking, it was a career guidance at Sinago High School in Makassar. This is some of the things, this is what we're doing here at CPUT, and this is our official lodge, and other things you can see on the photos. You see what we are doing. It's like what we said now is what we are trying to do in a short term and in a long term. We give you the vision so that if you have good ideas, bring them forth, then we can actually put them either in our short term or our long term visions. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Singh, for the question. I would just like to add on what our co-founder has just said, Tawana. You spoke of something about catalyst, which was mentioned by our chairperson of the branch, Makabo, but I'm going to try to answer the question. By definition, the catalyst is a person or thing that presents a change. Now, you've heard or seen in our presentation, we talk about leaders. A leader is someone who we said in our slogan, we lead from an African leadership perspective. So when we are speaking of a catalyst, we're speaking in alignment with leaders of our African continent. Secondly, to add more than just what he said, he spoke of something, what are we doing now? Currently, we've been affiliated as CPUT this year. The activities that have been done, I think it's 4 up until now. Taking into consideration some certain factors that are considered when we have to do events or things in the organization. Secondly, what makes us different? I think that question has been raised several times and maybe it's not being answered in a clear view. An organization is different in a structure, firstly. It's different by the type of people who are running it. It's different by the culture of the organization. So our culture is leadership. Leadership not in a political way, leadership in an academic way. We speak about things like our values, which is Ubuntu, things like Batopili, which are being set by the government all around, but you never see a proper implementation of what is exactly our culture. We speak about things like, not to add more on that, I'd like to finish that question of where people are implementing leadership styles. We have things that already have been done at CPUT, and the reason we are calling out for more people is because of a certain question that you raised about resources. Do we have the resources to implement all this calling of leadership, tutoring, mentoring, and advocacy and other things? We, as an organization, are calling out for people like you with entrepreneurial skills to come and assist us in implementing Ubuntu style in our Africa. So the reason you hear us mentioning all these skills that we need, not mentioning or not offering service, we're requesting people with skills to join us so that we give back to the community. Thanks a lot, man.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mtowazi Sikwelo. I'm a student here and I'm a member of the governance. I want to first of all commend the leadership of the governance for a success story in the making. I think from the original inception of the idea. This is truly a great work. So I want to start off by saying a job well done that we are at this juncture of having a general meeting. It's actually commendable work. It's a very big job well done. So thank you so much for your time and your effort for pushing this drive. I think I've got a few points. Those some will be, you can take them as recommendations. Then I still have a few questions. My first question is on members' involvement. I remember beginning of this year, we registered, and that was generally the last time we got communication as to what is expected of us. Do we have weekly meetings? Do you have monthly meetings? Who do we talk to, or the like, right? So I think I speak the voice and the mind of many members to say what really is expected of members, because we have joined, we are part of you, but we do not know what are we supposed to do next, right? We are here sitting, the year is almost over, and we've just been invited for events. How those events have come about, we do not know. So we also cannot contribute whatever we want to contribute if we do not know how. You know, it could be something else, and maybe say every Saturday from 9 to 11, we've got a members briefing or a members meeting once a month for the telling us what are we expecting for that month. I believe you'll see more member participation, more member contribution, and actually more people becoming to be hands-on on the groundwork that is happening. Okay, then on the second point, I actually have this is a question. It's based on the continuity of the governance on campuses. Seeing that we're students, the bulk is university students, right? And as we are university students, we do not last forever in an institution. So how is the governance planning to ensure a continuity drive that will see leaders who are not returning this year, right? But that does not mean the extinguishing of the governance. My question is on what are the current plans or preparations concerning continuity of the governance. Then I think that is on visibility. I don't know how maybe this one we can tackle it as a structure which is still emerging to be visible, not just when there's events, but just on a general scale to know that we are always there. It's I know there's the online presence, there's the website, there's the Facebook and all that, but also on campuses, it's also good to say, if other t-shirts, can we buy t-shirts for the government so that we can put them on as we're walking around campus to be brand ambassadors as well? What can we do? How can we improve the visibility of the governance? And see that the governance is an NPO, right? Where does the money come from? Who is really sponsoring behind? Because I believe apart from needing human resources, we need other kinds of resources for the office, for the progression of the governance, right? Yes, I know we're partnering with companies, but we really cannot build infrastructure, we cannot build a long-term vision based on borrowed, you understand what, we can't really build something lasting when we just try, okay, if these guys don't partner us, doesn't mean our plans fail. So the financial undertaking, are we supposed to pay a monthly fee? What are we supposed to do to also contribute to the financial strength of the governance and to ensure that all of the projects are realized on time? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mthokozisi. Your questions is causing me to stand up. Well, I will try to be a very intelligent students to remember all the questions without looking at my pen or my book. First of all, we start with, okay, the governance started earlier and we did a promotion on campus where members signed membership form. Then after that we had a partnership with SEO where we did our academic service and we had members signing the form. Then from then until to date is where we are meeting with members, what has been happening. Well, after signing form, membership form, what we did first of all was to ensure that the organization is affiliated before we get to roll on, or before we get each and everyone to be involved, because it's not each and every member who could be in a position of pushing the registration, even though there were a few members that knew every step of registering or affiliating the governance with the university. So that was one of the reasons. And after affiliating with the university, we then also started working on registering the governance with the government of South Africa as an organization which will be able to raise funds on its own as a separate entity from CPUT. So I think those are certain things that takes leadership attention, or where leaders thought they should put a lot of their leaders shifted their attention on, because there were some of the very important things that we needed to do. And after that, yes, you had the governors doing a career exhibition at Snakawa School, and you also had probably the governors going to Belval campus. Those activities were activities which I may say minimum in terms of the need of human resource or capital resource. So to that stage, we didn't appeal to all the members to come or to get on board to be involved. But knowingly that we will be having this day where we will know the members and where they can fall in, because we didn't want to bring members to the event and then the scenario comes up when members they don't know what they will be offered at the event. But giving members a platform like this one where they will be able to choose whether they want to partake or what can they offer to the organization, that is what we were looking at. And the chart in front is what we were working on to this day, that if this day arrives, members will be able to know where they feel themselves in, where they see now they can offer their skill in this area. Then we will be able to say if you've got something going on, we will know the right people to call in that time. Because it's not each and every activities out there that will require the whole team to go out, but particular individuals that are able to deliver in that need. And the chart in front of us, I think we explained it earlier. So if you see yourself falling in one of those clubs or department, then you will be able to come again, meet the leaders, and then they will take your name and affiliate as a member of that particular club or department. And from there, we'll know how many members are in this club and which company need the service from this club. The other question was on the continuity of this organization. How sure are we and what will make this organization to continue? The continuity of this organization relies on the people in this role. As I said earlier, a vision is bigger than the visionary. The visionary will come to pass, but the vision will remain behind. I'm doing my BTech, next year I'll be doing my master's. Oh, I may not do my master's here, I may do somewhere else in the world. I will go, but the vision will remain behind. And the continuity will depend to the leadership of the branch. How committed and dedicated are they? And how are they sharing the information with the member? Because the member are the one to do the job, and the leader should be there also to support and do the job that the member probably are limited, because there is a stage where leaders have to do more than the members. You become excellent leaders. So the continuity will be determined with the people in this role, will determine the continuity of this organization on campus and the commitment of leaders. And your question of finance, Well, finance to this stage is not any issue, I may say, because human capital came first before finance. We have already approached organizations that are willing to fund the organization, to fund the governance. Luckily, actually, in this week we had a meeting with National Youth Development Agency. This is our third meeting, actually, where we went for assessment, and they were willing to fund. But they told us, okay, we want to see the evidence of the work that you are doing before we fund you guys. So go back, bring all the paperwork of the evidence, and we will fund your project. And to this stage, we are working on gathering all the evidence together, go there, submit, and they will fund the project. The continuity of funding will depend on their judgment, because they will fund, then they will come to assess what we are doing. So if there is not members to do the job, when they come to assess, they will find out there is no activities going. There won't be a second funding. However, they are willing to fund until we tire, because they also want to see community being developed. And not only National Youth Development Agency, we have got more than 100 companies that are in our pipeline of funding. And all those companies, they want to see evidence. And our biggest hope is the City of Cape Town, which we have had meetings with already. We sat down and we discussed. They are also waiting on us. They are waiting on us. What I mean by us is that, okay, submit your proposal, we will see how we can fund your project. So is the members to work together with the management, then we'll be able to submit our proposal and you'll be getting funded. And the idea as well is to be outside of this campus. That's why we need the City of Cape Town to come in, because we need our own office, which will be coordinating other offices outside of the CPUT. And that is where we are looking forward to do.
Just a follow-up. Okay. No, I hear you. I think that was fine. This is just to conclude my contribution in this session. I want to say you guys are doing a very good job. One book of leadership, 2 actual quote from John C. Maxwell, 21 Laws of Leadership. He says, everything rises and falls on leadership, right? And also quoting from Doug Howard, is that before you lead 100 people, you lead yourself first. And that's why everyone in here has to be trained and developed to be a leader. And because you lead, you yourself are a company of ideas and all that. I want to say, keep up the good work. I, as a member, am availing myself in whatever need there is, though I'll be joining also today. Hopefully we'll get more information, feedback, which will enable us to participate. But I believe that we can increase even our attendance in these meetings if more members then are involved. I tend to believe that when we involve more members, more things will begin to happen. So in that thought, in that light, I wish the executive of the governance a Merry Christmas in advance, and keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Mosisi. And thank you for the points you mentioned, and we are driving them home, and the issue of membership involvement, we are driving it home. We'll work on that. It's a weakness that we had, and on visibility, it's a point that we are also going to take home, and we are going to see the management and look into it. And thank you very much.
Hi, Iman. Second year British student. I think, well, I'm not sure if you guys have answered the questions that have been answered the way that will fulfill me somehow. Because he did talk about the lack of students that are involved. And I want to know do you guys think that you're doing enough to advertise your organization in a sense where I've seen the posters around campus, but if you would look at the poster not knowing what the governance is, I'm pretty sure that 80% of students here will walk past it. Do you think that you have done your job in a sense where you have advertised fully to where students know what governance is? And do you think that the name governance, do you think that it will attract as many students here that you would like? Because it doesn't really speak to what the organization does. The name governance, to me, it doesn't really talk that you guys are, looking out for students who are here in varsity and stuff like that. And what else? Well, I think that's, thank you.
Okay, to answer the first question about our marketing, and I can say it's never enough to market yourself. You see, we have done a lot of marketing, a lot of exposing of ourselves. Yeah, we've done a lot, but I'm not sure if we've reached everyone. You see, we will see at the end of the day with how many people but we have a lot of people that registered with us, more than 300. You see, so to us we have reached a lot. Okay, I know there are many people who have heard about us that I know that are not registered on our system. But I think for now we actually reached many people, not all of the students, if I may say, but others want to be part of it. So you want to know if the person heard about us or not. You see what I mean? So it's also a good point which we need to think about on strategizing a better way of making sure our organization reaches every student. You see, it's a point taken that we are going to look at it. If you have got better plans or if you have better ideas that you think, okay, if you guys try this can work, you're free to bring it on the table, then we can work together, And what was the other question? Okay, to name the governance, I'll just give you a short brief about names of organizations. Then Frank will answer that. If you look at the name ESCOM, what does it mean to you? If you look at the name ESCOM, what does it mean to you? Nothing, right? Yes, it's about how you present your name. That's going to make a difference to the individual. Thank you.
Let's go. Well, very good question indeed. But let me be short. Governance relates to leadership. So when you speak governing, you speak leading. And we believe that you have to be first yourself leader. So the moment you are a member of the governance, you are telling yourself you are a leader because you are identified by leadership. So governance harmonize. And governance is not leadership only in politics. We emphasize leadership in each and everything that you do on your daily basis. That is governance. Thank you.
My name is Anile. I'm doing relations. I'd like to know that your topic is taken from Africans' leadership perspective, and talk more about giving back to the community. Now, I would like to know what is the government's main aim? Is it creating social change or grooming us into becoming successful African leaders? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, the government's main objective is to ensure that you yourself become a successful leader, because you cannot lead outside without you being first groomed to be a leader. So that is our main focus is on the members. First, to ensure that you are growed. After acquiring that, then you will be able to grow others. Thank you.
Sorry, my name is Abdullah. I am a former environmental health student. So my question to you is, so we as a project we have what's this, an environmental service skill. So do we like go to the communities and educate them on environmental sustainability, or do we just go out and clean up the streets, or yeah, what's the point?
Okay, well, sorry, I'm extending. We are not really going to be out cleaning the street or cleaning the sea. No, we are not planning to be doing that. But if the branch leadership and the member at a certain campus, or the estimate campus, agree on that idea, then we cannot say no to them. What we want to do with your skill, we identify a need where you have to go and lecture the people how they should care or how they should look or take care of the environment. That's what we want to do. And outside of that, we are also going to lead you with tourism department, tourism company, people that are in the tourism industry, so that you teach them what happened and how it will benefit their businesses.
Okay, well, I do that you as the governance member, or if you join, if you want, but I believe you have joined already, but you have the ideas, you see what's happening in the environments, okay? You have an idea, okay, that you think, okay, if you implement this idea, okay, things can be better in this environment. Whether it's cleaning or whether it's teaching them, whichever you think is the workable solution, then bring it forward. Let's work together, let's achieve what we want to achieve. That's why we say we do not impose. You come with an idea, let's work on the idea. It's not like you guys, what are you doing? Ask yourself, what are you doing as well? You see what I mean? If you have the idea, bring it forward, let's move together like that. That's why we say, one of the uniqueness about us, we involve you, we allow you to bring your ideas, we work with your idea so that you can reach wherever you're supposed to reach. Thank you.
Right now, I'm just going to give to two hands, and then because we're coming in our meeting and time is against us, we're just going to give 2 hands and okay, afterwards is just one question. And like guys, can you please just don't leave yet because we have prepared food for you because we understand that it's lunchtime already. So you can come to your sisters.
I just want to comment first. Your poster says the lecture theatre. And then I went to the lecture theatre with you, and you were not there. I went to each and every lecture theatre. To me, it came as though, okay, obviously these people are not serious. They're not organized. It already gave me a certain idea about you guys. And then that's the first comment. And what did you do? What effort, what did you do to ensure that people know that you're no longer at the lecture theatre, you guys are here? That's the question. Secondly, as you are telling us about that as I was listening to you guys, it sounds as though, I don't know, about the services, the tutoring and everything okay, I saw that you went to high schools and so forth, but then what really have you done up to this far? And is this a campaign? Are you trying to recruit some people, or what is really happening here?
Okay, I will take both of the questions. The poster says lecture theatre. Well, Spirit is an institution that is run by a system of political parties somehow. You don't know your venue until late Thursday or Friday. And posters cannot wait Thursday or Friday. but because of being an affiliated organization with power in the academics, we knew that we would be getting a lecture theatre. So we told them, give us a lecture theatre in the Commons building. However, we didn't have the power to name yet the venue until they said, okay, this is the venue that we are giving you guys in the Commons building. Then what did we do? We got 286 people registered on our website. And okay, the Director of Information is telling me 300 currently. The moment we realized that they have given us a venue, he sent the email yesterday. This morning again, I received another email, and those email has the venue, saying that this is the venue and this is the room of the venue. So the room number in the venue. That is what we did. And we also went out to printed arrows, which we placed all over around this Piazza, Student Center, all this building engineering, so that people, when they come, they will see where is the governance meeting taking place. And I think, besides of sending emails, the moment you're on this campus and you see the arrows showing where the conference, it tells you exactly where to find this company, and that is how many companies do. They will tell you the conference is in Absa building in town, but when you get Absa building, then you start looking where arrows is going. So I think I answered it. In terms of services, the governance is a very new organization. Very, very new organization. We were launched on the 17th of May. So 17th of May to August, I think it's only 2 months I can count, because they were only in between. However, we have gone out. We have done already some activities. So I think we have achieved a lot compared to mother organizations that have been here for years. And with you coming on board, there is a lot of activities that are waiting. There is schools that are waiting. There is organization, not only school, there is organizations that are waiting for our skills. So there is more to deliver. We need you. And marketing department, we need you. Thank you.
But then, okay, it's a last question. With Mr. Frank, with what you just said now, the marketing department needs me. That guy mentioned that I'm sorry to point at you, but then he mentioned that he became a member here, but then he doesn't know of anything that is happening. He just finds things happening whilst he is a member, and that, to me, that is...
Yeah, I will answer for Frank. It was a weakness on our side. I cannot deny the fact. That's a fact. And you remember I told you, the point is taken, we're driving it back home. We're going to see on management, and we had a lot of logistics that we were trying to work on. We were busy trying to strategize this and that, talking to the authorities of the school, and all kind of stuff. So a lot of things was happening. So because we have less resources and less people, we couldn't distribute all of it, you see what I mean? So we are also students, we understand, because we've got lots of work as well to do. But that's why we are here to call you guys, come and let's work together so that we can reach wherever we need to reach. Because with the few of us, we are actually limited resources. So if you come on board, which means it's a 1 and 10 plus, because your friends are going to come as well.
But then the problem is, if you are failing to manage the little that you have, because you're saying that you are little, now we're becoming more. How are you going to manage?
No, we're not going to manage it. You are going to manage others. You are the one who's going to manage others.
No, you failed to record.
No, it's not like failure, but as Frank illustrated, we have less delays that we did. Okay? We have I think 4 or something like that we did in those few months. We didn't do a lot, as you may think, we didn't do a lot of things. Because as I said, less than 15 men, we didn't do a lot. You know what I'm saying? But it's a point taken, okay? We always communicate with people on Facebook, we always communicate online. We've been doing online marketing for the past few months. So if you play on our page, or if you've liked our page, you will see what we are doing there. And unless you didn't, you cannot see. You see.
be very quick. I just want to answer your question very. So that when we get out of this room, you don't have question mark. The purpose of this meeting is to get member involved. That's why we call it GM, General Meeting. So the moment you are here, you have to share your idea and to tell us yourself how you want this organization to be led. Now, it's not about the past, it's about your presence and the leading here forward. Thank you very much.
This will be the last person asking questions, and then yes, this will be the last person asking questions. I'm still the director. I'm still the program director. Thank you. And now I'll give two people to recommend, to comment, to give us the way forward. What is it that they would want us to do, and what is it that they want to see? Want to see unique that we do not have. Thank you.
Actually, that's what I would do. I'm not raising any question. Maybe this guy, I will give this guy this question. However, I'm just glad to see you guys, you able to take punches. Don't take any criticism here as like these guys, everyone has to stand. Take it as a lesson. You're not perfect, you guys, you're not gurus of non-profit organization. As the young lady was like trying to communicate with the co-founder, these guys, they highlighted that if you have like anything you want to improve or just open whatever message on Facebook, you can go to the website. That's how I have a lot of recommendation. That's what I would do. They need us to assist them by giving them, not giving them like financial resources or whatsoever, just ideas on how they can run smoothly, which organization or entrepreneurs they can associate them with, and then just to give like motivational speaker. But however, I see I'm an entrepreneur, so my entrepreneurship thing is not there. However, I just like to motivate motivational speakers and motivators and stuff like that. I'm just glad guys you did this, keep on doing it. Even my classmate Asok was here. He always raises questions like that. It's good you guys to take those questions seriously. We will keep on improving each other. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you. Now I'll give two people to recommend. All the recommendations.
My recommendation will be like this, will be brief. I think first of all I would like to say, as someone who's coming from Belgium campus, I sacrificed a lot to be here. So I'm actually glad that my expectations were met. And also, I think many questions that were raised were actually very important in terms of strengthening the organization and in terms of moving forward. So I would really like to urge the leadership to actually take the recommendations really seriously. And sometimes when you speak in front of the people, it's easy to make a promise that okay, we'll look into it. Then when you get to the office and you get occupied with other things. So I'd like the leadership to really take the recommendations really seriously. And more especially on the issue of membership that was raised, because of, I believe in the beginning of the year, a lot of people did sign up to be part of this organization. When there's no consistent communication, people actually lose interest because you need to actually continuously reminding them in terms of that they are part of this organization. So they need to be reminded and they need to be involved and they need to feel like members of